Hello, friends. This is a demo of our portfolio optimization model. So the way to get to our optimization model is we come to our portfolio tab here at beta.cryptocurrencies.ai portfolio, and then we select our optimization model here on the left side of the menu. All right, now so let's get started. When we come to this page, we will notice 5 different sections here, and I will briefly cover all of them. The first section that we want to begin with is this backtest input. So our optimization model really performs 2 functions. We can backtest our portfolio optimization model, and it will also give us the results of how we should allocate our portfolio today. So to backtest our portfolio model, we have to start with some input parameters. As you notice, the base coin is fixed here in USDT. We track everything against the US dollar. The rebalance period, we have various different options. For this demo, I'll select 7 days. For our date range to backtest, I will select the end date to be today. And then I can go back and pick April 1st. You'll notice here we have an option called stablecoin. Now the optimization model is quite often used in the traditional finance industry, and we have tweaked it so that it can be suitable to the cryptocurrency market. And with that, we've introduced this concept of stablecoin. So if you noticed, it's enabled by default. And what this does is, we look over at the table next to this, we have this list of coins that are defaulted from our portfolio that we own. What stablecoin being on does is it introduces a simulation of having USDT in our portfolio. And when we optimize our portfolio, if the market is bearish, this model is going to indicate to us that we should put our assets into the stablecoin to minimize our losses. So when this is enabled, and by the way, in this table here, we can simulate adding or deleting any coins. So by default, we can select our own portfolio coins, but we can delete or add any coins. Now, if I click on Optimize Portfolio, we'll get some results from this model. Please note that I've run these parameters before, so the results were really fast, and you may experience a slowdown when you run this model for the first time. Now, what this model has done is, with our 7 days period, what that means, we look back at how the portfolios have performed in the last 7 days, and based on that, we optimize our portfolio every 7 days during this backtesting period. And we can see the results now in this table. We'll start with this risk profile table. We have now results in 2 columns, in portfolio percent, which is how our assets are currently held in our portfolio, and this optimized option. And in the optimized option, our model is telling us where to put our assets based on the various different risk profiles here at the top. If I switch between these assets, my results here in this table should change. You may notice that for most of these assets, the risk profiles, the results were very similar, and that's because the market has been doing really poorly. And with USDT added for a minimum or a low risk profile, our model is predicting to put everything into USDT here. If we wanted to go with maximum, we'll start getting some different distributions other than USDT. All right, so looking at the testing results here for the backtest, what we do with backtesting is we simulate starting with a $1,000 in our portfolio, and then you can see results of how our optimization model would have performed for each of these individual risk profiles over time. And as we go, you can see that during a good market, we're maximizing at $1,700. And in the most recent times, everything has been dropping and we're in a bear market. The results are that we should be going more towards safety and putting our assets into a stablecoin. Now I will turn off this stablecoin option and optimize our portfolio again. At this point, you'll notice we got rid of USDT here in this table of coins and the chart here, and the results look very different. So we're still seeing the rise in our portfolio when the market is doing really well. So we're maxing out at around $1,900. But in the recent times when the market is very, very bearish, we are losing a lot more than we would have lost with our stablecoin option enabled. As you can see here, the highest value is $771, and the rest of the 4 profiles are below $350. So there's no safety option for us to put assets into a stablecoin. The efficient frontier chart here, it plots the most optimal portfolio given the risk parameters here. So it's just plotting the 5 different risk profiles. And then our table here of portfolio distribution is a comparison between how our portfolio is currently distributed and what the optimization model is suggesting we should allocate capital as such. Well, that will be all for this demo. I really hope that you go and try out different parameters. The purpose of this model is not to run it once, but to really come here and experiment and learn about this market and how it performs by trying different rebalance periods, different date ranges, stablecoin options, and really just changing the list of coins. So your performance can really vary based on, for your backtesting, based on the coins that you select. You cannot perform well if the coins that you have in your portfolio have all just been performing very poorly. So it's good to have a diverse portfolio of different assets so that you can really experiment with how well this model will work. Well, thank you so much for watching this demo, and I hope you enjoy this feature. Thank you.